Hi everybody, Felicia Searcy here, your award-winning transformational life coach and your partner in believing. Your dream is my passion. Question for you. How do you treat your resources? How do you treat the things that you currently have in your life? In this video, I want to help all of us generate a deeper appreciation for the things that we do have in our life and to shift the way we see certain things from possibly maybe not being enough to really blessing and seeing it as evidence that there is absolutely more on the way. Let me give you an example. I live in Southern California. Right now, we are in the midst of a drought we've had several years in a row where we've had much lower than average rainfall. So the state officials and city officials are, putting their heads together and looking at ways to conserve the water that we do have. So my husband and I have been going through masterminding our own ideas and thinking about ways that we can conserve water here at the house, realizing that, as everybody does their part, it contributes to the whole. And I was thinking about this whole process this morning, this whole idea of looking at our resources, as I was turning on the faucet and doing something as mundane as brushing my teeth. And I was noticing what I was thinking about that water. And I realized I could think about that water in one or two ways. I could look at that water and think, oh my God, what if it runs out? There's not enough. And quick turn off the faucet when I'm brushing my teeth, when I'm not actually using the water out of fear. Or what I realized in that moment, I could choose to see that water differently. Now, the action was the same, that as I was brushing my teeth and I didn't need the water running down the sink as I had the toothbrush in my mouth, I turned the water off until I actually needed to rinse my toothbrush out. But I made a decision to do it very differently. I was very intentional, and I realized that I wanted to be respectful of the resources I did have, that I wanted to demonstrate to the universe that I was a good steward of my resources. Not that I was looking at them from a place of lack and fear and, oh my God, I got to save it because what if it runs out? It's like, if regardless, even if there were, this reservoir of water that we were 100% certain that it would never run out, I would still want to be respectful. I would still want to come to it with an air of reverence and use it in a life-giving, supportive way rather than in an unconscious way. And I realized that having the water on while I was brushing my teeth wasn't so much that it was being wasteful. Yes, that is the fact on a surface level, but more, it's unconscious. That it's an unconscious act to keep that water running when I'm not using it. And so as we look around our world today, as you look around your world today, look to see where you want to dial up being conscious of your resources, conscious of the abundance and the supply that you do have in your life right now. When you go to write your bills, to pay bills online, to be conscious of the reverence of the money in your bank account, and to be very intentional in blessing that money as it's moving out, to be very conscious of the way that we're spending our money, be conscious of the way that we are spending our time, that we are using our time, to be conscious of the people around us and how are we engaging in those precious moments, in those precious minutes. Because just like the water that's running down, from the faucet down into the stream and back into the system, but now it's running in as used water, we will never get that water back again. We will never get that moment back again with our loved ones. We will never get this money that we used back again in whatever way that we chose to use it. That all of this are our precious gifts from this creative force that breathed life into us and that gave us a sense of accountability as to how we use the supply that we've been given and to become more conscious about how we're using it. watch what happens as we do that, how our ability to think more creatively, our greater sense of appreciation for the things that we do have, and which then leads into our capacity to make welcome a greater degree of good, possibility, ways of leveraging and using our resources even better and even greater, and truly living a life that is the kingdom of heaven here on earth. If you want more about how to use your supply and the things that you have in your life in service to your dream, sign up, use the link, and watch your email for a gift from me where I'm helping you create a life that you love living. Your dream is my passion. God bless everyone.